people of YouTube, subscribers of my channel, welcome. I say welcome to yet another epic Friday live stream. It's an amazing day, and this is gonna be a total chaotic freestyle and perhaps the worst stream ever. Or it just might be the best stream. I have no idea, because I am not totally, but I'm kind of sort of very unprepared. You see, this little Friday, today, a couple of hours ago, I finished my course. I'm studying part-time, I'm studying movie science, and I finished my assignment for this course. That meant like an epic deep work session, and I'm totally blasted. I haven't prepared shit, but in the essence of this is the story of my life video I did last week, I thought that would be the focus of this little live stream, because hopefully I have the energy to answer some questions for you. That is, if we actually get some people turning up. Otherwise, I will just be rambling on for a couple of minutes about some reflections from the week, and then settling down. Just shutting down the stream. Anyways, I need to see if I got some audio. I can see the green light lighting up. I can see that we are live, but do we have audio? That is always the recurrent question. Oh, I can see myself. God damn, my hair is just a mess. I have been like a bit in the mood to cut my hair cut my hair short because of the videos I've been putting together. The story of my life video, looking back at your life, just impacts you a whole lot, and you see yourself in short hair, and it has gotten myself in that mood, I have to say. Okay, so since the stream is just getting going, we don't have any participants yet, I thought I would do some reflections upon the week that has passed. It's been a quite a special week. You see, looking back at your life the way I've done with these videos, you can't help but to compare yourself with your past self, but also compare yourself to the dreams and visions of your 30-year-old Alex and how that would look like. And I have to say, editing the video, looking through so much old materials, it deeply impacted me. For one, I've been looking myself so careful in the mirror these last days. You know, you can see your face is getting older. You have like scars from pimples you didn't used to have, and you have hair falling all over your body. Although I'm not losing my golden locks permanently, it's falling in a way it didn't used to. But it actually has created some anxiety, and this happens to us when we realize, like, we wake up to our reality. We like keep living in the belief that, yeah, someday I will do that, and someday that will happen. But like I've done this week, just couldn't help to acknowledge the fact that I'm not living the kind of life I dreamed of. I spoke about having all these high goals and ambitions, and like a comment I got from the video, I think it was, who was it? Some of you, yeah, anyways, you commented, you laughed at my life, like looking at what I said in the video with what I want to accomplish, and hey, this is all you got, ha ha ha. the joke is on you, Alex. And I like, initially I started with like defending myself, like, yeah, but I'm in a place where I really like to be, and I am. I'm so developed personally like right now, and I feel hungry about what lies ahead. And that's a personal development journey I think I wouldn't have done unless I would have gone through my life the way I did, and my 7 years of university studies that kind of kept me occupied with the wrong goals for such a long time, making me not actually working on goals that would take me in the real direction I wanted to go in an efficient way, like starting a company or such things, instead of just being so goal oriented on getting my diplomas, getting my courses fixed, and not getting killed by any weird disease. So it's just, yeah, it got to me in the week that I'm not where I am, like where I dreamt of, even though I have had this amazing journey. Yeah, so I think what I want to get at is that it's been emotional this week, but addressing these high level questions is emotional. And it's so good to do it, to think about these things, to look at your life and see where you're at. Do this real awakening or self-reflection. Every Friday or during the weekend, I look back at the week. I try to evaluate and see what's happening, and you know, this whole process I talk about. Actually, it's from a book I read recently. Put it to word very good. Pain plus reflection equals progress, and the step for how to do that growth is that progress is to set up goals, but then that will lead to problems, but you need to diagnose what those problems come from, and then you need to redesign your life, and then you need to do it. So it's these small little loops that will make you, if you do it, you will improve yourself, you will reiterate yourself. Alex 2.0, Alex 2.3, 3.0, you get the idea. So you need to do this, but it's easy to get, even if you, like me, do it a lot, it's easy to get caught in the wrong things, and it's easy to not raise the vision, raise the where you're looking at, so you're addressing the right things. That's like when I studied for 7 years, I was so goal oriented. I was like, I'm doing this, but it was the wrong goals that had my attention. Hence, it didn't lead me to where I wanted to be. Although eventually it did, because now I am where I want to be, but it derailed me for years. And yeah, as I said, that for sure had some other benefits. Just saying that is some of the reflection that has been going on for this week, and it has impacted me deeply, as I said. And when I get into this state of like emotionally impacted, but also in a state of reflecting, it has the tendency to get me a bit down, or like I revert back to my introverted self, because it's just, I need to process it. And that has come out as me, like I've had a rough week at work, because I just wanted to be at home, and I didn't want to socialize with people, even though I know that makes me feel good, but I just had other things that just took too much of my attention. And that was an insight from the week, that yeah, it's okay to be a bit drawn back. I mean, I've had this period where I've been very outgoing and social, and did my 100 smile challenge, and I got so much out of this. But like this week, I just wanted to be alone, and I accepted that, and and today and yesterday I just worked from home instead. I didn't even go to the office because I had some editing I needed to get done anyway. So I just reverted back to myself, and after doing that, now I feel great again. So a very self-reflecting week, and I think it's very good for you to do that once in a while. And sometimes it's just these big things that happens in your life that makes you do that, whether it is you turning old, like 25, 30, 35 or whatever, or something happens that makes you have all these emotions, like me looking back at all these old photos and such. And yeah, that just ignited that whole thing for me. So that has for sure taken up a lot of my focus and attention this week. Another result of me looking back at these videos is that I got so much anxiety, as I started out with saying, about getting old. So that has made me research a whole lot about nutrition and healthy living and such again. Now, I'm for sure above average when it comes to healthy living. I've had a goal for over 10 years now. Started out with me, I'm gonna get 100 years old. I think that was around 10 years ago I stated that. That was like a definite fact. I'm gonna get 100 years old. Currently, the age is at 130. But that kind of goal, that means you need to really live in a certain way. You need to take care of yourself. You need to risk eliminate and such. And I've done so for a lot of years, which also has a lot to do with my like probably worsening my eating habits and such. But this week, it just the anxiety drove me to read up a whole lot on nutrition, and it's so hard when it comes to deciding what path you want to follow when it comes to healthy living, which ways to work out, but perhaps above all, which ways to eat, what kind of food to consume. It's a topic that is widely discussed, and you can never find a credible source enough that will have you convinced for life. At least that's my experience. I've been all into paleo and caveman eating. I've been trying out to eat as a vegan for the last 6 months, like at least 80%. And now I'm really getting curious about keto lifestyles, eating with a keto, what do you say? Ketogenic diet. I think I need to try that out. So I just have the approach that, yeah, you will never ever be certain on what is right for you and which way to eat and live. But what you can do is to seek out facts and objectively, at least as objectively as you can, try to evaluate what speaks to you, and then try different things out. I think we have so individually adapted bodies that something that works for you might not work for me, and I see it as a game, as an adventure, to just play around with things until you find something that will suit you the best. Or maybe you'll never find that, but then just try to jump around at least. That's my approach, and I've had fun with it, and it has fucked me up at times too, permanently. I don't know, but so right now I'm still trying the whole vegan thing for some more time, but this year I have a plan to try a ketogenic diet for at least 30 days. Although you can do that on a vegan diet as well. And one of my what do you say? I promised myself to never ever like preach to people to eat like this, do this. You have to find your own way. I can't tell you what how you are gonna eat or the way you're gonna work out or live. That's just, I can share my experience and you might get inspired or you may get turned off, but I never tell you what to do. You have to figure that out for yourself, but you do have to figure it out for yourself. It's a goddamn life priority. I mean, if you had the fact delivered to you, like, if you don't change your eating, you will shorten your life with 10 years. If you for a fact knew that, would you not then change your way of eating? I think that's the case for most people, but I think people don't think like that. They don't even consider their future, at least not like in their 20s, because it's just, it's so far away. I don't have to care about that now. But you do have to care about that, because there's no turning back the clock once it's gone too far. So, I mean, I think you owe it to yourself to just, to some extent, eliminate some factors that will impact your life. And I mean, don't you want to live a long and healthy life? Especially since I think we're living in a period where I think we are gonna be in the risk zone of having very, very long lives, but we might also be in the zone where we're just missing out on that train. So if we're just able to push it a little bit further, we just might by other artificial ways cure ourselves from shitty things that we have done to our bodies. That's just my theory, but I'm sure heck not gonna miss that train just because I wanted to eat shitty food. I stopped eating candy and cakes, I think it's almost 17 or 18 years ago, and I don't look back. Well, of course I do sometimes. Anyways, so see, we have one person watching. It's a bit lonely today. If you have any questions on the story of my life video I posted last Sunday, please share that. And that was supposed to be the topic of this video. In the meantime, since we're not having any questions yet, I'm just sharing some reflections that I've had this week. Oh, 3 people joining. Questions from the story of my life video, throw them out there. Otherwise, I'm just going to continue to share my reflections on the week. Hey Wayne, what's up? Hi Alex, I know we've been talking about a lot, but I still can't manage to pick up the girl. I'm too afraid of being judged and rejected. Well, let's address that. It's not easy. I'm telling you, it's not easy, because we've been walking around for our entire lives fearing these thoughts. People's thoughts of us, and when it's something that just impacts us so deeply emotionally, it's hard to just shut it down like that. That's again why I talk about gradual exposure, taking small steps to prove to yourself that it's okay to not be liked by everyone. I remember like the first time a girl expressed that she disliked me. I think I was like 16 years old. I think I've told this story before also. Me and my friend, we were hanging out in the evening with these 2 girls. I knew one of them, and my friend brought me along, and we just had a nice evening, and we laughed and we played some games, and like after the evening I felt like, yeah, what a great connection we had. We had there, just a fun evening. Then like a couple of days later, my friend told me that the other girl that I didn't know, she had told her friend that she thought I was like a very particular person who thought he was something, and that just like, how could someone not like me? And that feeling just made me feel sick, like someone isn't liking me out there. Why? What am I doing wrong? And I just couldn't let that feeling go. It was just such a strong emotion. However, these days I've learned